So, all right, what is then, Miss Whynot? What is beauty in your opinion?
Beauty is obviously super subjective, so it's therefore going to be like super difficult to define.
Mm-hmm.
I can only talk about beauty in terms of like what I think is beautiful,
Sure, yeah.
because as with everyone, that's just going to be the case. Um, I think that I think that beauty really boils down to where something becomes to a point where you can't explain it necessarily
Mm-hmm.
or reason it, and yet it just is. I don't know why, like if I'm going for a walk and I see like a weird like shape that the spine on a leaf is making. I couldn't tell you why that like makes me happy to look at, but it
Mm-hmm.
does. I think it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it's really like wild that, things exist and like we're just here to like witness it all, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
no one can explain why. And I think that in itself is kind of beautiful, that mystery that and I also find a lot of beauty in kind of finding parallels in those things happening too. So like things like analogous structures showing up in nature and things like that, where you can find these repeating patterns in between things that are entirely seemingly have nothing to do with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it all just kind of exists in the same universe, and I don't know. Yeah, it's weird to think about, and it gets more difficult to kind of keep a grasp on the more that I think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really when you can't explain something, why you love it or why it makes you happy, but it just does. So
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Well, in previous conversations that I've had, the nature aspect
mhm.
in relationship to beauty has come up. Mm, I think it's. I mean, I'm not keeping tally or anything, but I have the impression that it's like the one that has been related to the most to
Mhm.
beauty, which nature, and
Mhm.
I think that's really cool, because I have the feeling that humans, I have the feeling that we have a tendency to try to